The Taiex rebounded on Friday after the National Financial Stabilization Fund committee authorized intervention in the market. The 500 billion NT fund was authorized to buy stocks on Taiwan's market to offset the devastating impact of the coronavirus pandemic.
On Thursday, the Taiex fell to a 42-month low, but on Friday, it closed up by more than 6.3%. Dow Jones futures also spiked on Friday after the Fed unveiled a series of measures designed to prop up financial markets.
The Taiex hit its lowest point for 3.5 years on Thursday. That evening, Finance Minister Jain-rong and National Financial Stabilization Fund Committee head Juan Ching-hua announced the fund would be authorized to intervene in the market.
On the other hand, this is to stabilize domestic financial markets. On the other hand, we hope it will rejuvenate domestic investors' optimism. The executive secretary of the committee will use the fund to stabilize the market. Nonetheless, the highest guiding principle for the intervention is that it should be as light, seamless, and sensitive as possible. I think we won't announce exactly when the intervention will occur. We will ask the Bank of Taiwan to act on our behalf. They are a professional team. They will make the judgment calls. There is legislation in place that governs the scope of their actions.
This is the 7th intervention of the National Financial Stabilization Fund in Taiwanese history. It served to provoke a rebound on the Taiex on Friday, with the country's top 3 market leaders in front. Hon Hai stocks rose by almost 7% and TSMC by almost 9%. Most dramatically of all, Largan shares rose limit up. Overall, the market rose 6.37% to close at 9,234.
因为大部分都涨了，没有一直跌的。
多少会有用，我不会完全没用，还是有用。只要国际盘不要是太糟糕的话，
不要大跌，也不要大涨，希望不要昙花一现。
Small investors felt buoyed up on Friday, but with the pandemic still raging worldwide, experts say investors cannot be too cautious.
我觉得短线会稍微好一点。
In the short term, it will be a tiny bit better, but later on, revenue reports for March and April will come in and have a massive impact. If the pandemic goes on a long time, it will hurt share prices to some degree. The gains we saw today barely put a dent in the recent steep losses.
In the shadow of the virus, some brokers had switched off the TVs, asking investors to follow the market from the safety of their own home. But as the intervention turned screens red once more, many couldn't help themselves from hitting the floor to see it with their own eyes.